Hey everyone, this is Matt. Welcome to our E3 reaction show. I'm here with Phil.
Hello!
And it's been one hell of an E3, Phil.
It has been amazing spectator sport.
Yes, it's been crazy. And today, we've actually merged two of our reactions videos here. We're going to do Microsoft and Sony in one. The two big heavy hitters, we're going to discuss them all in this video.
Yeah, this is pretty much just like a fight look back.
Yeah.
Because that's honestly what it felt like. It was like a heavyweight fight in slow motion.
It kind of, to me, kind of reminded me of like an old standoff in an old Western movie.
Yeah.
Who shot first? Let's see.
Yeah.
Well, first things first, before we actually start discussing what we thought exactly, we're going to touch on our predictions. Now, we each predicted a slew of predictions in our previous videos, and we're going to touch on those now. So, my first prediction for Microsoft was at least 8 new exclusive games will be shown, and that's what they did. They showed a bunch of games, third-party and exclusives.
Oh yeah, they showed a ton of games. That was pretty much the entire thing, I think, for that was just games.
Yeah, which is cool. Okay, so then your first prediction was that you were going to discuss price points.
Yes.
And that they were going to discuss price points, and you got that right.
Yeah, it was really good to for them to actually talk about what Xbox Live was going to cover and everything. But yes, I'll touch more on that after. But they talked about it, so I get that point. Yep,
and then my next one was gameplay for Fable Anniversary, which unfortunately wasn't shown, so no point for me on that one. And straight into your next one is that you said they would announce 5 Xbox One launch titles. And while they did announce a lot of Xbox One titles, they didn't confirm any more than, I think, 3 for launch.
Yeah, they didn't confirm that many for launch. I don't think that there's only been... I think Sony are probably rocking the most launch titles confirmed at the moment, but... yeah, not that many from Xbox. I'm sure we'll get more dates on them as it comes around, but... yeah.
And then straight into that, we both had Halo predictions, and that was that we'd see a trailer or gameplay or something for a new Halo game. And we did. We saw a CG trailer for what we're expecting to be Halo 5 from 343 Industries.
Even though I was positive that was Journey to start with, but
oh my god, what a trailer! Yeah.
Journey HD.
My next one was that Rare will announce a new Banjo-Kazooie game. I guessed the wrong IP. Instead of Banjo-Kazooie, it was Killer Instinct, so I didn't get that one at all.
Still cool to see that coming out though, but yeah, unfortunately.
Cool. And then straight after that, you made probably a prediction that was kind of out there at the time, but it's something that the entire, all of E3 kind of focused on. And that is that you'll see more compatibility between the Windows Phone and Xbox One. We saw compatibility between, Xbox Glass, which was like, tablets, Windows Phone. We saw it with iPads. We saw it with everything in most conferences. So that's a definite win for you on that one.
I think every big game that I saw out there had one point that had a demonstration, had someone with a tablet, or at least a reference to you can have someone with a tablet or phone. So
my biggest, the one I remember the most,
seems to be shifting.
Yeah, the one in the back of my head that I remember the most is the Battlefield one, where the guy dropped that nuke down or whatever, that bomb down, and there was also, it was in Watch Dogs.
That was all that guy was supposed to do on that tablet, was just sit there and wait for someone to call in air support.
Yep. Okay, so next we both made Kinect predictions. I said at least 2 boring Kinect games will be shown, and you said they'll show a video presentation about Kinect that talks with family. Neither of those things happened. They didn't show much with Kinect.
I was quite surprised, because although they kept Kinect fairly low, some of the stuff I did see wasn't actually that boring, I don't think. They kind of made a unique twist on it enough to keep us entertained, but also they didn't go for the whole drab of bring everyone round to the dinner table and play.
Yeah, that's true.
So I'm actually, I'm glad to lose that point, actually.
Okay. And then my final prediction was that they will talk about release date and a price for Xbox One, which they did. November, and it's going to come in at the hefty price of $499 or £429. Which is extortionate, it's crazy, we'll talk about that later. Straight on to Sony. Let's bounce straight off that and go into Sony.
Bounce straight into that before we get crippled.
Yeah, so my first prediction for Sony was that we'd have news, including a release date for The Last Guardian.
I'm sorry, Matt, I'm sorry. Not yet. It's on hiatus. It may come out in the future, but for this year, I'm sorry.
Jack Tretton has come out and said it. He has confirmed it's on hiatus, so there's no plans for it to be out anytime soon, which makes me sad. After that, you said there'll be more Vita PS4 compatibility stuff. We didn't actually really see any of that.
No, there was a tiny little mention of it, But I was hoping for an actual on-stage
like
demo between something.
Demo.
So
but
I'm glad that they've mentioned it. It does make me excited having a Vita still, that I'm going to get to use it more with the PS4. But no.
And then my next prediction was another Vita one, which is that a gameplay trailer for a new God of War on the Vita would be shown, which didn't happen. But we got an announcement saying that the old 1 and 2 would be coming to Vita. However, that does not get me a point. So we're 3 predictions in, and none of us has won.
Collections, you know.
Yeah,
it always seems to be we're just missing it by a tiny technicality.
Tiny bit, yeah. So this is your first prediction you won for Sony, and that is that we'll actually see what the PS4 looks like. Well, that wasn't a long shot. It looked really nice. It looked like a PS2.
I love the look of it, actually. I was like, oh, and then I'm like, wow, actually, I'm really liking this thing. So.
A lot of people are kind of making comparisons between the Xbox One and that, but this is a lot smaller. It's slimmer. It has a nicer style.
Bold, and the PS4 is italic. That's
bold and italic. That's good. That's a good. I like that. Yeah, that's good. And my next prediction was that we'll actually they'll talk about the importance of the PS3. That's one of the first things they did, and they will show The Last of Us an example. They damn showed The Last of Us, didn't they?
Oh yeah, definitely.
So I mean, that game is going to be amazing. Cannot wait for that this week. It's going to be so good.
I will sink so much of my time into that. But yeah, it was a great thing to see that they're definitely keeping that console in their sights. So.
Yep. And next up is your next prediction, which pretty much nearly came true, but you didn't.
It was so close to coming true, but again, not confirmed for launch. So.
Yeah, and that is that Square Enix will unveil a PS4 launch title. But you know what? They, back at the PS4 reveal in February, they said, be excited for E3. You know what? They didn't. That wasn't a joke. That wasn't a lie. They delivered. They showed Final Fantasy Versus is now becoming Final Fantasy 15, and it looks fantastic. And then they went even crazier to announce Kingdom Hearts 3.
I know. My Twitter exploded when that came on.
Yeah, that was insane.
That's a great thing, but darn it, why couldn't they confirm that launch title?
I know. And then next, I said we will see PS4 gameplay of Infamous Second Son, which we did. We saw in-game footage of Infamous Second Son. That counts. It looks very good. And then moving on, you said a total reboot of the PlayStation Network. That didn't happen, unfortunately.
No. Although I am glad that we did get to see the menus for the PS4.
Looks nice.
After the
looks nice. Looks sleek.
Over. But no, nothing for the current PS3 or anything like that. So.
Yep. And then on to one of my favourite moments, the Destiny gameplay reveal. However, my prediction was that they would show a new character class other than the 3 already announced. They didn't do that. I was kind of going out there with my Destiny predictions this year, but no.
But it was great, though, wasn't it?
It was really good.
So
good.
Do you guys see the Titan?
Oh, was that your girl voice? What was that?
That was pretty much how she said it, just not in that deeper tone.
I'm going to get the clip exactly from that, where the Titan walks up, and just have you saying that there. That'd be great. Next up,
I laughed throughout that entire gameplay session.
I love Jason
Bungie.
Jones.
They are amazing.
Next up, they will talk in greater detail about the share button and its features. They didn't do this in the conference. No. They talked a little bit more about it afterwards in some of the post-stream stuff, but not in a huge detail, unfortunately. And then the final prediction here is that they will talk about a release date and a price for PS4. That's getting a yes because they gave us a release window of sometime, probably the November-December time before the Christmas hit, and we also got a price, the amazing price of $399, coming in an exact $100 lower than the Xbox One, and it is £349 here in the Great Britain. The Great Britain.
Yes, the Great Britain. Yeah, no, it's definitely it won my vote. I was going to be the big defender of the Xbox One, and going into it, I was really excited. All the games that I saw, I was like, wow, this is looking amazing. And then I think it was the point when they started talking about Xbox Live a little bit, and then the price points.
Yeah, that was crazy.
From there on, it kind of went downhill for me from there.
Yeah. So we're actually in our reaction studio here, and as we've been talking about our predictions, it's all yellow, very beautiful.
And
it is
very all yellow.
Hopefully, it's a stage up. The lights are centered. Comments section, they are not uncentered. Thank you, comment section. Thank you. I just want to call people out on that, Phil. They put that in the comments section last time that the lights weren't centered in the predictions room. These ones are. I have checked. I made sure. I counted even. They are correct.
But did you change the light bulb?
No. Okay, so leaving behind the predictions here, we actually drew on Microsoft's predictions. We actually got the same score, which was, I believe, 3 correct each. 1, 2, 3, and on Sony, You only got 1 correct, while I got 3 correct.
I know.
So.
The thing is, though, it's so weird that in my predictions, Sony, I lost out on points. Yeah, I feel like I won so much from that conference.
Yeah, that conference was amazing. So here we go. We're going to react. I react. This is me reacting right here. You ready? Woo! Woo! Sorry, I got off my chair.
The best reaction of the whole thing, and I just have to say 2 words: shots fired.
Yeah.
That's all I have to say for this, because wow, that was... for those of you that missed it, and I don't know how you could have missed this information, with all of the stuff that's been going on with Microsoft's DRM and everything like that, about the Xbox like always connected and sharing, Sony just went on stage and said, yeah, that, no, none of that. No, you have your discs, you do what you want with your discs, that's cool. Hey, you want to share a game? Here, Matt, have a game. You know, that was pretty much it. It was such a
let me get a game. I'm going to give you a game. This is Shadow of the Colossus right here. Here you go.
Is it?
This is your Shadow of the Colossus now.
Oh.
You each can leave it on the floor. What's it?
Why
do you throw it on the table? You can't.
I can't pick that up.
At disc. So as Phil can't pick up the disc, sharing just failed. We just failed to demonstrate sharing.
There we go.
There you have it. Okay. Beautiful.
Technical difficulties. Much like, I will say, we had a couple of times with the PS4.
Yeah,
that was a bit of a shock, wasn't
Xbox One had there was no sound for the I think it was Crimson Dragon demo trailer, and there was also a really big delay with getting the Battlefront 4 stuff ready in the Microsoft press conference. But similar things happened in Sony's with Assassin's Creed freezing and them having to end that demo early, and also there was a little tiny bit of freezing at the beginning of the Destiny stream. However, that seemed to smooth out fairly quickly. I have my own thoughts on this that I shared with you, that it may have just been some sort of video to stream issue rather than a console issue. But again,
I would like to hope that it's that much, because I would have hated for that to actually reflect badly on the consoles. But
and don't forget, these are early games.
Do a little bit of PR work to smooth that out with the people that won't realize it could have been a technical glitch.
True. But yes, I mean, I personally liked both conferences. Sony's conference was better. But I like, both of the conferences. They were good. Microsoft focused a lot on games. They showed games. They, really, pushed the limits on what we can expect from the Xbox One. But Sony came on. They blew us away with price. They blew us away with their DRM and their kind of all their stuff. They told us that we're getting new games for PS Plus. We're getting all this other new stuff for PS Plus. They also showed new games, including The Order 1886.
Oh man, that looked amazing. I love the look of that.
It's been a crazy E3. I can't believe the amount of stuff that's been happening, and it's just insane. What was your favorite point, Phil, from both of these conferences? One for each.
From each conference?
Yeah.
I have to admit, it was just the games from Microsoft. They just seemed to play it so well, and I think that they had planned it out really well. The only reason that Microsoft really lost for me was just because of the technicalities of the DRM and the price point. I think if it had been an even playing field, I still might be on that bench. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, Sony, the indie developer stuff.
Oh, that looked amazing.
That was really cool to see.
I'm
really happy that that's going to be a forefront of them for Sony.
And they showed so many indie games. It looked amazing. We also got confirmation. I don't believe it was at the press conference, but we got confirmation that Jonathan Blow, the guy that made Braid, his new game that was shown at the PS4 reveal,
that looks so
The Witness, that is now going to be a launch title for the PS4. So that's pretty damn cool. So my favorite point of the Microsoft press conference was actually the part. This is kind of an odd part to really talk about, but it was the part when they showed Killer Instinct and they did the demo of it. Just there was something really funny about it, but in like a cringy way, and it just made me laugh because Killer Instinct is one of those games that I'm kind of glad is coming back. I could have said the Halo trailer and stuff like that, but Killer Instinct, that was pretty ballsy to show that at the press conference, I think.
Oh yeah, and to have an on-stage demo with that as well. I mean, no matter how rigged it might have been.
Yeah, that's why I like it so much, because it was so cheesy. It was like, hello, Phil, I'm a wolf and I'm going to kill you.
Yeah.
It was awful.
He's hacking, he's got a fight stick.
Yeah.
But no, I think another point that a favourite of mine was, as I said already, the Destiny gameplay. having Bungie.
That's mine. There you go. That's mine. That's my Sony. That's my Sony thing.
Well, I will share that with you. On
yeah.
you go.
There we go. Destiny. Destiny. Oh, it was just amazing. Like, I can see that some people are kind of like nope on it just because they were like, it just looked like Borderlands and a bit of Halo. But for me, this is the start of a new world, new lore, new story, new universe to explore. And it's Destiny. It's from Bungie. We know there's going to be so much more to it than what we saw. What we saw is just a tiny little snippet of the full extent of what Destiny's going to be when it comes out in 2014. Spoilers for our third-party reactions, but I didn't get my other prediction right, which was that it coming out in spring 2014. I can still hold out hope. It's probably going to be a holiday 2014, but hey.
I hope it's not that late, but either way, my body is definitely ready for that game. So
yeah.
Bring it on.
So
bring
good.
it on. This is either way, no matter what we say about these, it's going to be a great year for these consoles and everything. I'm just super excited to see and get hands on with these games.
Yeah. I mean, I think we're in the camp with the rest of the internet that, Sony won. I think the kind of whole thing is, that Sony were the winners out of these two, and
Microsoft really have to. They should be really worried right now, and they need to pull out a good battle plan for how they're going to try and bring some of their sales back. Because I would hate for Microsoft to go downhill from this. I would hate for the Xbox One to do badly, because having two consoles going against each other is how we get new, better things, really.
Calling it right now. Here's my future prediction, right?
Oh, we've got another prediction. This is the reaction room, Matt. Come on.
But this is a future prediction. Ooh. It's Halo 10 is going to be on exclusively the PS5.
Halo 10 on the PS5. Okay, if you get that, you get some kind of medal of biscuits that you can eat.
Medal of biscuits.
No.
Is that like Medal of Honor but with biscuits?
Medal of biscuits.
That's kind of linking into EA's press conference with their Plants vs Zombies thing. But anyway, we will talk about that in the third parties. I hope you guys have enjoyed our E3 coverage so far. We will have 3 more videos. We'll be talking about Nintendo, our reactions to that, our reactions to the third parties, and then later this week we'll have a full wrap-up, and we'll talk a little bit more with some other people as well of what they thought and what they thought the best parts of E3 2013 were. We'll see you guys for the Nintendo reactions sometime soon.
Until next time, goodbye.